The dream is simple. Build a store, never touch the inventory, and watch the money roll in while you sleep. And that's the version of dropshipping you've been sold. But here's the truth. Most people who try dropshipping either make very little or lose money. And it's not because the model is broken, it's because the exceptions are completely wrong. Dropshipping is not passive income. It's not a shortcut, and it's definitely not a guaranteed business. What it actually is a fulfillment method, and that's it. It means you don't hold inventory. You sell a product first, and when your supplier ships it to your customer, that's the entire magic. And the problem starts when people confuse a business model with a business itself. Because the real game isn't drop shipping, it's marketing, production selection, and execution. And let's break down what's actually happening behind the scenes. When you see someone making money with drop shipping, and they're not winning because they found the secret supplier, and they're winning because they understand the attention. They know how to take a product and make people want it, and that's where the money is made. And that's also where most people fail. They'll go on a supplier site, pick a random trending product, and throw up a quick website, run a few ads, and expect instant results. When it doesn't work, they blame the model. But the truth is, they skip the hardest part, the part that actually matters, because selling online isn't about listing products, it's about creating demand. Think about it like this. Nobody wakes up thinking I need a random gadget from a store I've never heard of. You have to interrupt their attention, spark curiosity, build trust, and then convert that into a sale. That takes skill and the margins, because this is another place where reality really hits hard. Most drop shipping products are sourced cheaply, but once you factor in ad costs, payment processing fees, refunds, and chargebacks, your profit margin gets tight fast. And you're not keeping $20 on a $30 product in many cases. You're fighting to keep $5 or less. And that's assuming everything goes just right. Now, add in rising ad cost. Platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram are more competitive than ever. And that means you're not just competing with other beginners, you're competing with experienced marketers who know exactly what they're doing. So your product isn't just competing on price, it's competing on creativity, branding, and speed. Which brings us to another truth. Dropshipping rewards speed more than perfection. People who succeed aren't the ones building the most beautiful websites. They're the ones testing fast. They're launched quickly. They run ads, gather data, and either scale or kill the product within days. It's not emotional, it's numbers. If a product works, they push it hard. If it doesn't, they move on without hesitation. And beginners struggle with this because they get attacked or attached, and they spend days tweaking their store, adjusting colors, and rewriting product descriptions when none of that matters. And if the product itself doesn't convert, you can't polish something people don't want. And let's talk a little bit about the product selection, because this is where most success is decided. Winning products usually have a few things in common. They solve a problem, they have a wow factor, or they tap into a strong emotion. And if your product doesn't do at least one of those, it's going to be an uphill battle. But even with a good product, execution matters more. You can take a mediocre product and sell it with great marketing, but you can't take a great product and sell it with a bad marketing. And that's why content is everything. Short form video, especially TikTok style content, is dominating the drop shipping right now. The ability to hook someone in the first 2 seconds determines whether you make money or not. And here's something most people won't tell you: you don't need to go viral to be profitable. You just need content that converts. A video that gets 10,000 views and makes sales is more valuable than one that gets a million views and makes nothing. So the real skill isn't going viral, it's creating content that makes people buy. Now let's address the biggest misconception set. Set it and forget it kind of thing. There's nothing passive about dealing with customers' email, tracking shipments, handling refunds, and fixing supplier issues. If something goes wrong, and it will, you're the one responsible, and not your supplier. And shipping times can be slow, especially if you're sourcing internationally. And that means customers will get impatient, and some will request refunds, and some will file chargebacks. If you're not prepared for that, it can wipe out your profile very fast. And then there's branding. This is where the long term winners separate themselves. Most beginners run generic stores. They look like every other drop shipping site. Same product images, same descriptions, and the same layout. That works short term, if at all. But real money comes from building a brand. A brand creates trust. It allows you to charge higher prices. It turns one time buyers into repeat customers. Instead of selling a random product, you're building something recognizable, and that shift from product focus to brand focus is what turns drop shipping from a hustle into an actual business. And risk is another big factor too, because it's not as low as people think. Yes, you don't have to buy inventory up front, but you're spending money on ads, tools, apps, and time, and there's no guarantee you're going to make any of that back. In fact, you should expect to lose money at the beginning. Testing products that cost money, learning ads costs money, and mistakes, they cost money. And that's the real entry fee. And if you go into drop shipping thinking you'll make money immediately, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. But if you go into it expecting to learn, test, and improve, your chances go way up, because over time, you start to understand what works. You learn how to spot good products. You get better at writing hooks, and you understand your audience. You improve your ads, and you slowly, things start to click in place. And that's when it becomes profitable. Another truth, though, most of the success stories you see are they're cherry picked. You'll see screenshots of revenue, not profit, and you'll see big numbers, not the ad spend behind them. A store doing $10,000 in sales might only be keeping 1,000 or less. Revenue looks impressive. Profit is what matters. So when you evaluate dropshipping, don't ask how much can I make. Ask how much can I keep. And let's get practical. What actually works right now? First, focus on the product at a time. Don't build a giant store with dozens of items. Pick one product and go all in. Second, prioritize content over everything else. Your website matters, but your content matters more. If your video don't grab attention, nothing else matters. And third, test aggressively. Don't overthink launching or launch, learn, and adjust. Fourth, build a brand as soon as you see traction. Get a better logo, improve your packaging, refine your message, and start thinking long term. And fifth, treat it like a real business. Track your numbers, understand your costs, and pay attention to your margins. Because at the end of the day, drop shipping isn't easy, but it is simple. You find a product people want, you present it in a way that makes them want it more, and you deliver it reliably, and you keep improving every step of the process, and that's it. There's no shortcuts, there's no magic, just execution. So is dropshipping dead? No, it's not dead, but the easy money version of it is. What's left is a competitive skill-based business that rewards people who are willing to learn, adapt, and stay consistent. If you're looking for a quick win, this isn't it. But if you're willing to treat it like a real business, develop a real skill, and push through that early failures, it can absolutely work, just not in the way you've been told. And that's the truth about drop shipping. Thanks for watching today. If you enjoyed today's video, check out this video to the right, and also like and subscribe if you found value to this video, because we are really looking to build this channel, and I can't do it without your subscription. So please do so if you think you found value, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.